Welcome back, CSE 3200. This is video 5 from chapter 2 with robots. Video 4, once again, got cut off abruptly. And I went back and I took a look and I left a couple of lines of code there, but I want to touch on them a bit. So I made a late init version of a mutable list. So note the difference here. I can't call the lowercase mutable list of. I have to say it is of type mutable list, and I have to specify that what this mutable list is going to hold is image views. And then I am going to go down into the onCreate, and I am going to set it up. So here is where it says that it is a mutable list of, and then I'm passing in the red robot image, the white robot image, and the yellow robot image. And those, by the way, are here. And that's going to get the image from the image view. All right, so I've got these two different lists. One that's holding robots, one that is holding the robot images. And I want to look at the particular robot, see if it's my turn. And then if it is, then I'll go into the robot images using the same index and change or get the appropriate resource. Okay, so by the way, when I get that appropriate resource, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in my mutable list of. All right. Okay, so we're going to be using indices, and we could do this a couple of different ways. We do have like a range sort of function, a little bit different syntactically than in Python. So it looks like this. For indi, this could have been anything, index, indices, whatever. It's a variable name. In 0.2. So this is, and then as soon as I type that, it changes. So 0.2, so my index is going to be 0, 1, or 2. And if you forget about whether the end index is inclusive or not, because in Python it's not, but take a look here. In Kotlin it is. So 0 to 2 does count the 2. I originally typed a 3 and then noticed the inclusive less than or equal to, so I immediately changed that. All right, so for indi in 0, 1, and 2, if robot at indi dot my turn, and again that should be robots, if that's true, then robot images at indi dot set image resource to robots at indi dot large image resource, or robot image large. Okay. Else. And then I'm just going to copy this and change the large to small. Okay, that should be good. Now what we should be able to do is replace this logic right here with that call. So what did I call it? Set robot images, I think. Yep. Okay. All right. So let's see if this works. Ooh, we've got lots of errors. Let's see where those are at. Oh, okay. Yeah. When I went into the robot class, I added in 2 more elements to the constructor. So in the main activity, when I'm loading my robots up in my list of, I'm actually calling the constructor right at that time. So I've got to put those in here. So we're going to go r.drawable.king of Detroit robot red large. Looks good. This is going to go off the screen. r.drawable king of red robot small. Looks good. All right, see, it's scrolling off the screen, so I'm going to bring these two guys down one level. This should be, yep, that looks good. All right, so I'm going to take this, copy, paste. Lost a comma, that's why this didn't tab correctly. And we'll change this to white. And change this to yellow. Let's run it. All right, it's up and running. So, okay, that looked good. Waiting. Yep, the images are working just fine. Okay, one more thing I want to show, and then we'll be done with Chapter 2. So we've got this very much cleaned up. The toggle image is now pretty much set. I just wanted to show you that I have an alternative for this for loop. So I'm going to comment this line out, and I'm going to go for Indy in robots dot indices. And I've forgotten this in the past, put my beginning brace, and it should work just the same. I'll go ahead and run this, but that shows you that we have yet another type of for loop. As far as my style goes, this is not very common for me using this range notation. This is a little bit more what I would do, but it's really more just your preference. All right, let's see if it's working. It is. All right, so that wraps up Chapter 2. We did cover a lot as far as coding. We covered in Kotlin list of, mutable list of. We covered data classes. We covered for loops in 3 different ways. We use like an enhanced for loop. We use one with range. That's showing right here. Actually, all 3 of those for loops are showing. One that's just identical to this with a different syntax using the indices. All right, that's it for Chapter 2. Hopefully you get caught up. Good luck. Have fun.